error to connect to stream, but I'm streaming on YouTube and I'm going to stream on Twitch. And I'm going to hit this button. Would help if I did everything right. So. Yeah, dude. One of those days. Again, we're having lots of those days.
It's tradition.
It's tradition. Fuck tradition, dude. I don't like this kind of tradition. Anyway. Right, so how are you?
Oleg for not being here.
Yeah, well, it's fine. It's he had other things
No, I
to
didn't
do.
hear any background noise.
Sorry?
I didn't hear any background noise if we've already started our theme tune.
It's obviously got something to do with Zoom and I don't know. Whatever, we're here, dude. We're here. How are you?
On. Excellent.
We are on.
Yes, man. I'm good. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
It's the long weekend.
So how does your long weekend work? Are you Friday, Monday?
Yeah, we're Friday, Monday in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Europe is just Friday. Spain, Thursday, Friday, and not Monday. Christianity was linked somehow. That
yeah,
they're all doing this on different days. But then I think Bali, they also do it in different times.
So I wonder why. Sorry, I just want to try and sort out there's some sound issues here. It's gave me an indication that it was wasn't using my desk. Anyway, it's fine. I mean, you can hear me.
I can hear you, Crystal.
I hope it's going out on the live stream.
Are we on episode 127?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, that's a good thing.
We're going to have to up our game if we're going to have episode 200 in late in the year when you back in SA. We're going to have to up our game. We might have to do 2 episodes a week.
Twice a day.
Yeah.
One before you go to bed, one before you get out of bed. What?
Yes. So I wonder why in some countries, like you say in Europe, it's the same thing in Canada, that they only get Friday off and not Monday.
Yeah. I mean, I'm wondering if it's because of all the other. Some countries have a lot of religious holidays, and it just gets to the point where you don't have the whole year off. So maybe they compromised. Well, you can have Good Friday, but 2 days on this for the same celebration. Yeah, I mean, it's not Christmas, is it?
No, it's not Christmas. Yeah. Anyway, so you watched the last Grand Prix, did you?
Well, look, I didn't fall asleep. That's the first indicator that this was a good Grand Prix. The fact that we had mechanical failures
with Red Bull,
with a top team, too.
And
it was a nice mix of runners in the top. We had no Red Bull people on the podium. Yeah. Had an accident as well. Yeah. The last lap, there was a crash.
You see, Alonso got into trouble for that.
Why?
Because he got I think in the end he finished 8th. You got a grid penalty where you got 10 seconds added to his time or something, and that bumped him down to 8th. Saying that he uncharacteristically slowed down in that corner and effectively caused the accident. Can you believe it?
That's a shame.
Ah, geez, dude. All these rules.
You're traveling so fast. It's harsh.
No, I mean, like if you're a driver, aren't you going to do?
You're going to.
Why can't you change how you go into the corner? To unsettle the driver behind you. I mean, he could have quite easily have made a mistake, and George could have passed him.
You know what? If this was a normal motorway road,
Yeah.
and in the same situation, and the person in front who's got a guy driving on his arse comes up to a corner going, I'm just going to slow down because I don't like this guy so close on my arse.
Mm.
And next thing we know, there's squealing brakes. And in that situation, it's the driver behind's
Behind, that's
fault.
a problem. Yeah, exactly. I agree.
So
I
why is it
agree.
different on the Formula One track?
Yeah,
That's
geez,
that's
dude.
that's outrageous.
Because like now you're
They
almost
definitely
like
should.
saying that they're not allowed to change how they approach the corner,
Yeah.
and basically you setting yourself up for like
I, w- I would have done it as a safety thing, going, look, guys, this guy was tearing up me. Yeah, I was trying to avoid an accident, which is why I slightly slowed down. Not too much, but he chose not to acknowledge my braking, and now look at him. And now it's
yeah,
my fault. How's that
yeah,
work?
exactly. And the thing is, what they're doing is they're
I
using
was trying to do the
telemetry,
safe thing.
but they're using telemetry
Uh,
to say, oh, look, he braked earlier than he normally did, so that's a problem.
outrageous.
Outrageous. I agree.
I mean, come on, there wasn't telemetry and all that 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah,
So it would have just been a racing incident. And it
yeah.
is a racing incident. Okay, I'm getting a bit worked up about this now. It is a
Sorry.
sorry
Okay,
situation.
let's focus on
I'm
Carlos.
disappointed.
Let's focus on Carlos. I
Weren't
mean,
we
it's
saying
got,
last time that
yeah, he's,
you quite like that Carlos was looking at because he's changing teams and all that. You quite like him as a driver. It'd be good to see him on top of the podium. Yes, he had a fantastic time. He's still got stitches from his situs, but
yeah,
yes, he carries on and wins a Formula One race.
yeah. And I mean, did
He
you see
does that.
him? Did you see him walking after the race? He looked like an old man.
Yeah. You see him
Yeah,
get out of the car. I mean,
yeah.
that's how
He
I feel most
tentatively,
mornings.
yeah, very tentatively, yeah. No, I think it's great. I think it's great. Yeah. Anyway, so we'll see what happens at the next race, Japan.
It's a proper race circuit.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see what
There's
happens there.
overtaking. There's strategy is key in Japan. Yeah, it could rain as well. Normally rains in Suzuka.
Mm. Yeah. So what's that next weekend, right?
You see, Verstappen went early.
Did he?
He went almost there straight away. But like,
Oh, wow.
was he trying to get some extra laps in or something?
Maybe. He's got to check his brakes before he leaves. Yeah.
What's going on with Lewis Hamilton then? I mean,
Jeez, dude.
even in the qualifying and the practice and all that, he's way off the pace.
Yeah, he is. He is. Apparently, there's some odgy bodgy between him and Toto. Inevitable, I suppose.
Uh,
Yeah. And I'm sure he's going, geez, I can't wait to get out of this team. I've been here more than 10 years. Way too long. Yeah, so we'll see. And I'm interested to see what Lewis is going to do when he goes to Ferrari. I'm going to watch that with some interest. Yeah.
No, we haven't spoken about Drive to Survive, and I haven't watched it.
Haven't you watched
It's
it?
the last. I haven't watched it.
Oh, it's terrible, dude.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was
Was it,
okay.
or was
It
it the
was okay.
same formula? They're running out of ideas.
Yeah. Yeah, they're running out of ideas. Yeah, so like I suppose it's like with most reality TV shows, the novelty wears off eventually. And then
Right.
you like, oh, yeah, it's okay. It's not as great as it used to be, kind of thing. Look, I mean, the reality is it's brought a lot of people to Formula One. So I suppose that's not a bad thing. So
Then with Verstappen winning everything all the time, has it driven more people away?
yeah, maybe it has. Yeah, maybe it has.
Everyone I speak to on my side, they're all like Even the Verstappen fans, they're like, I didn't watch the Grand Prix.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's great. It's great. I love Verstappen and he's won. Yeah, yeah. I didn't watch it. Okay.
Yeah. Look, I mean, I suppose Formula One has gone through these like phases over the years
We've been there
where,
before. Schumacher, Senna.
yeah, like
Actually,
everyone's like,
Senna
"Ugh,
days
you know
wasn't
what?
this
I just want to
close.
hear what the result is. I'm not going to watch it. But look, I really enjoy. I watch everything. I watch all the practices. Um, I watch the qualifying. I watch the race. You know, I enjoy the whole package. But I mean, that's just
Mm.
me. But
Yeah.
I think it's and there's a lot that's happening off the track as well. I mean, geez, can these guys just leave Red Bull alone now? Because every time I open my phone, there's a new notification to say, oh, you know, um, Verstappen's DNF is related to the Christian Horner issue. So
What?
now they're saying that it's creating, like the issues now in the garage because of this whole thing. The thing is, just think about it. Take away all the noise in the newspapers about the Red Bull and Christian Horner and all, and there would be no issue in the garage. It's all
It's
the
not going
stuff on the
away.
outside that's causing the problem. Because if you just take out all the speculation, like what's actually happened? There was a complaint. It was investigated. It was dismissed. Game over.
Yeah. No, we got to get 10 more episodes out of this one thing.
Yeah.
Stop talking about it when something new comes up.
Can you imagine
So they're
what
busy
Drive to
scraping
Survive is
around.
going to be like reporting on this? That's even if they touch it with a barge pole.
Oh, confidential matter.
Yeah.
They can
Anyway.
hint at it, I suppose.
And then now there are
It's
rumors
drama.
that Adrian Newey is going to leave and he's going to go to Ferrari. And I don't
Oh,
understand, why would a guy leave a team where he's been super successful? Why would Max leave? Why would Christian Horner leave? Why would Adrian Newey leave?
because of this HR incident.
What's it got to do with Adrian Newey? What's it got to do with Max Verstappen? It's got nothing to
No,
do
we
with it.
can't work for a guy who's got away with doing something wrong, apparently. I look, I'm speculating, obviously. You remember when Lewis Hamilton left to go to Mercedes?
What, from
Because
McLaren
at
to
that
Mercedes?
time, McLaren wasn't doing too badly.
Mm.
But at that time, the Honda engine was coming in. He'd already had the foresight to look at this and go, you know what, that car, that engineering team, that company, that setup, they are going to be good. Because at that stage, the silver arrows were just emerging.
Yeah.
I think the same thing has happened now, where he's get some insight to say, actually, Newey's going over there with really in the future they will be winning.
Yeah, well, if my memory serves me correctly, remember there was the Lucky Strike team that was owned by Villeneuve was involved in that, Jacques Villeneuve, and
Yeah.
it was associated with Honda, and Honda had put a lot of time and effort into it. And I mean, Honda seems to do this quite often where they're involved in the sport and then they pull out. And as they pull out, the next year after that, the team like wins the championship after they've left. And so Lucky Strike was
Yeah.
involved. They were working with Honda, and then they sold the team, and they sold the team to Ross Brawn, right? And I think it was the next year they won the championship, right?
Was wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Braun
Jensen Button.
became the Mercedes team because Mercedes bought out the team. So I'm like, so I suppose when Lewis is going, there was a good reason for him to go to them because they were, they were doing well. Yeah. But I just find it quite ironic that, like Honda was involved with Red Bull and that, no, we're pulling out of Formula One. And the next year they win the championship. Second
Yeah.
time. Second time. So what do you think
Morning.
about Audi coming into Formula One? Do you think there's going to be a big
new
change?
teams coming in. Yeah, but there's also like Ford was talking about coming in.
Yeah.
I like the car manufacturers coming in. I like to have this mix of car manufacturers and, I don't know, like family-run businesses. I suppose Ferrari is a family-run business, but yeah, like Williams, all those legacy teams,
Yeah.
Nardi back in the day.
Mm.
I like to have that balance. Because it brings different things to the track. Then everything is so regulated now.
Yeah.
It's a bit hard. Can't be as adventurous in your design and manufacture or construction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So
I'm
your question
assuming,
was, yeah, do I like it? Yes, I
yeah.
like any cars coming in. But who's going to drop?
Well, they're buying out the Cyber team, or the what is
Whatever it's
the
called this year.
it's Stake or whatever it is. It was the Alfa
Yeah,
Romeo last year.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and
Yeah.
they're running Ferrari engines at the moment. So I would assume they're coming up with a brand new engine. It's going to be an Audi engine. I mean, there was talk of Porsche coming into the stuff, but I mean, Audi and Porsche are the same company. So I would imagine it's you might have some sort of Porsche racing, because Porsche is very into Le Mans and that kind of stuff.
Porsche and all of that is quite strong in the formats of racing.
Yeah.
It's just interesting that a large motor engineering company like that is not in this sport. They're in all the other operas, well, all of them, a lot of them. It's a bit obvious that they're not here. It's a bit like Ford have been here.
Yeah.
General Motors.
General Motors, Chrysler. So, I mean, Ford
Get your
is,
Buick on the track.
yeah, can you imagine? Yeah, so Ford is hooking up with Red Bull. So, I mean, in my mind, all it is it's Red Bull saying to Ford, okay, we'll allow you to put your name badge on the engine, and you just pay us a shitload of money, right? Because I mean, they bought the IP from Honda,
Yeah.
the engine IP. So, I don't know what's the thing with Ford. I mean, like, it's not like Ford's bringing in a whole new engine. Maybe they're bringing in some skills and that kind of stuff. But essentially, for me, it's like Red Bull saying, you know what, you can put your name badge on our engine, and you just pay us a shitload of money.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a sponsorship kind of thing.
Just remembered something from the last race. That best race of the year so far was Haas's performance.
Yeah.
And who did they have interviewing the drivers afterwards?
Guntenstan.
Wow.
Well, I mean,
Wow, how awkward.
look, and I mean, I must admit, there's one driver that I watch, and that's Hulkenberg. Because Hulkenberg, he was like at one stage, he had and he's got the record something like for the most Grand Prix starts without being on the podium or something like that, right?
Yes,
and I mean, he's
yeah,
been
yeah.
almost like he was like a consistent. If my memory serves me correct, he was one of those like sort of like consistent guys that just never made it to the podium, right? The chips didn't fall in his way, and then he went away, and then during COVID and all that kind of stuff, he came back as like the backup driver, and he drove in the
Right.
Racing Point or whatever it was. It wasn't Aston Martin yet. And I can remember at Silverstone, this guy was flying. And you think, well, look at this guy. You've put him in a Haas. He's now a permanent driver at Haas. And he's actually doing better than Magnussen. And I mean, the guy's a solid drive. You almost think that, you almost wish he could be in a better car and see what he would be able to do. And so I actually feel, I've got a gut feeling that he might have almost like a resurgence in his career, like Alonso has had, where he's going to be quite a competitive driver in the midfield. And you never know, he might make it into a better team, maybe next year or the year after. And you never know, he might be a name that's up there with the rest of the guys.
He has been around for a while, so why not?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, this is the thing that gets me. There's some great drivers. They're all good drivers, right? But you kind of want them all to be in the same car, just to see who is the best driver.
Yeah. Jeez,
And
can you
it's not
imagine?
it's you got yeah. What was that formula called where they used to have everyone had the same car?
Was it A1?
A1, that's
Yeah,
right.
and then they were competing as countries.
That's right, because they did a street race in Durban in the first year. I remember that.
But that didn't last then.
Yeah, well, but it's too much motorsport, too much similar stuff. So there was a lot of money pumped into it. You're competing with Formula One, it's established,
Yeah.
and you can't have every country uh in this A1 class.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, what about Formula E? I mean, where's that fitting into the picture? The drone. Yes, it's so.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched that?
Formula E.
Formula E, yeah.
Have I ever watched Formula E? Yeah. Then I flip channels.
I mean, there's you almost miss the sound of the internal combustion engine because all it sounds like is drones driving around the track.
And this is how they can actually do it in city streets
Yeah.
because there's no noise pollution.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that
They
thinks
shut down central London for this.
Yeah, when you talk about noise pollution, that makes me think of AC/DC. Yeah, rock and roll ain't noise pollution. Yeah, absolutely.
They're on tour again. I don't know how that guy's voice has survived all these years.
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely not singing.
I mean, I do Thunderstruck as one of my karaoke go-to songs.
Ooh.
Because I know the words.
Yeah.
But and everyone joins in halfway through. So it's a good song for that reason. But for me to hit that sort of get close to what it sounds like, I have to gargle cinnamon whiskey
Cinnamon whiskey.
beforehand. Yeah. Because it's so harsh on the
on your
tonsil of the
vocal
throat.
cords, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got to see those guys live before they die.
Oh, you see, this is the problem with the UK. Everyone comes through here.
Yeah.
Iron
Aren't you
Maiden
guys
is like
lucky? Yeah.
they finish one tour and then they start another.
Yeah.
The same venues, same crowds.
Yeah.
Did I tell you I was in Berlin once and I pitched up at flight was delayed. So I pitched up at my hotel at night. And it's an out of the way, outside the city, nowhere, not near anything. And I get to the hotel and there's just people outside drinking beer. There's just like people strewn in little groups all over the place outside the front of this hotel. I'm like, what hotel am I staying at? This one. This is going to be fun. And then I realized they're all wearing Iron Maiden t-shirts, and I put 6 and 8 together. Iron Maiden was playing in Berlin that night. These guys had just come back from the concert.
I must tell you that I must tell you that that's probably one of the best concerts I've been to is Iron Maiden. Because they came to South Africa, they played at Carnival City, which is not even like, it's not the big FMB stadium. And
That's still there, Carnival City.
yeah. And they played
Okay.
on the Festival Gardens, which is just basically an open field, and they set up their stage. But what I liked about it was that they came with the entire stage, and it was set up, and they had the animatronic Eddie that came onto stage, and it was just absolutely epic. Absolutely epic. Yeah, it was really
You
great.
go and see them again and
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, look, I mean, if they came to South Africa, I would go again. Absolutely. No doubt about it. I wouldn't mind seeing Metallica again. I really enjoyed their thing. But anyone else, I'm like, so like Green Day and the Offspring are coming to South Africa next year. There's got some Calabash Festival or something like that. And I might have to Google this. Let's see, a Calabash concert. I just want to see what the ticket prices are. Okay, so Ticketmaster, here we go. The Calabash. Bum, bum, bum. Dun, 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 dun. Find tickets. Okay, this is Johannesburg FNB Stadium. Ticket types. Let's see. So if we go free front zone standing, how much would you think a ticket would be in South
No
African
idea.
rand?
In local
Currency. So like if you were to go to, I suppose what we would traditionally call Golden Circle, they're calling it front zone standing now. Like how much would you pay for that if you went to Wembley Stadium?
Depends on the band. I mean, just having it depends on the band.
Okay.
You can have a solo artist who's okay, it'll sell out, but it won't be as, that'll be a quarter of the price of something like Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
Where tickets sell out in seconds. So let's see. 6,000.
Okay, not as much as that. Half
Oh
that.
my God, so it's cheap there.
Yeah, it's like 3,000 bucks. 3,000
Bargain,
bucks.
man.
Yeah. But
no wonder bands don't go there. They can't make money.
Yeah. Well, let me put this into perspective. 10 years ago, I went to go watch Metallica in 2013. I was in Golden Circle. I mean, I was lucky enough to be like 5 meters from the front. And guess how much I paid for my ticket?
10 years ago.
10 years ago.
1,000.
850 Rand. Yeah, baby. Gone are those days. 3,185 Rand to go watch Green Day and Offspring. Let me see. When
I mean,
I
love, that's one of the things about the UK that always, because it's such a heritage of music here, that bands want to come here. There's a lot of music, there's a lot of competition, a lot of musicians, a lot of people play instruments, not like we had in SA, very few. But if I just look around, there's so many venues to go and watch music, and some are intimate, some are big stadiums. And it doesn't mean that the big bands only play big stadiums. They don't. They also play intimate venues.
Yeah.
Then that's just for the current stuff. There's always people. I'm just looking at the list here. So Clearwater Creedence Revival, they're on tour. Big Country, they're on tour. UB40, they're on tour. and so on and so on. All these throwbacks from yesteryear. And I'm wondering if that's got a lot to do with the festival. We have a lot of festivals here, music festivals. And it's Glastonbury, obviously, which is there's loads more. And a lot of these bands tend to come and tour through the summer and do the concert venues, and they also go and pop in to play at the festivals because it's just a different experience for them.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can take a big band, and I watch Glastonbury every year, I've never been able to get tickets, and some established artists, well known, like playing the main stage, and if if their breath is taken away by the what is happening in the audience, and they've been there and done that 100 times, and they're still blown away by the open air venues. Well, yeah.
Sherbet. Yeah.
Oh,
Front zone standing.
so you're going to watch?
Nah, I'm not paying that kind of money. I mean, look, it's in January. It's in January 2025. I don't know. Maybe close to the time I'll have a change of heart, but not at the moment. Not at the moment.
Just having a look at the Green Day London Stadium. How much is this? They were here in June. Yeah, look, they're doing several concerts, different venues in the cities, and they're also doing some festivals. These cookies. I don't want a cookies. It's annoying. Wembley Stadium, 90,000 people.
Sure.
And I want one ticket. Okay. And I want to go. Okay. £215, which is what's that? 4,000 rand?
Sure.
Front row at Wembley.
Yeah,
I
baby.
mean, there are cheap. There are cheaper seats.
Mm. So I see they got this Hall of Fame lounge. So it's basically a box at the stadium. $6,250, dude. 6,000 rand. Hall of Fame lounge. So you get a prime position viewing lounge ticket. You get buffet meal. You get a premium bar. You get parking, and it's fully staffed. The box, $6,250, and then from a box, I don't know, what are you gonna see? Do I have to take? Do they provide the binoculars as well?
It depends on where the box is.
It's quite close.
I'm looking at this. At Wembley. There's a ticket that's twice the price of one I just quoted you. Behind, considering it's a football pitch stadium, Wembley. So at the one side, you put your stage on the one side. So pretty much everything behind that stage, people can't see anything. So they don't really sell those tickets.
Yeah.
But you can buy a ticket behind the stage where you can't see anything, and it costs twice as much as as the thing right in front of the stage. I'm like, what's this into
um, Well, it looks like our Zoom has died, and Zoom has got a new thing. It says I've got to wait 9 minutes before I can start the next meeting. That is of great disappointment. So let me just message Lester to tell him, hey dude, got to wait 9 minutes before starting a new meeting. Yeah, these guys, hey? There's no freebies anymore in this world. 40 minutes and Zoom is done. That's, yes, quite interesting. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to... I'm going to call it. I'm going to call you on WhatsApp shortly. Okay, guys. Well, we're going to end the live stream there. We've got to find another solution to Skype. Just doesn't work. It gets stuck. Video sound goes dodgy, and it's not the greatest. So we've got to find another solution. But anyway, we'll catch you next weekend. Thanks for joining. If you joined, if you didn't join, you lost out. But anyway, we'll catch you next time.